Hey mamas, I'm Brooke Miller, registered dietitian, certified lactation counselor, and a mama who has helped hundreds of moms feel like themselves again after baby, boost their energy, mood, metabolism, and even milk supply. Inside of the Postpartum Shift podcast, you'll learn how to take care of your health so that you can show up best for the ones you care about most. Each week, we'll tackle topics like nutrition, exercise, breastfeeding, mental health, and so much more. Plus, you'll get access to guest experts who will share ways to make your pregnancy and postpartum experience easier. Whether you're approaching the postpartum period or you're right in the thick of it, you're in the right place. Let's dive into today's topic. Hello. Welcome back to the Postpartum Shift podcast. I'm so excited you're here today. And we are going to be talking all about smart snacking and snacking while you are pregnant and postpartum, and how important this can be, and how snacks can be such a useful tool to help you reach your not only nutrition goals and your protein goals, but also how to leverage snacks to feel your best mentally and physically. And so I think a lot of us have it in our heads that snacks are always unhealthy. They're always the things in the pantry that are super processed. And this does not have to be the case. This does not have to be what your pantry looks like by any means. And snacks, for I think a lot of people, just have this like negative connotation or bad rap, or, you know, if you are trying to lose weight or get healthy, that you need to limit snacks and avoid snacks. And so we're going to be talking about some myths, some truths, all about snacks. So first and foremost, if you are pregnant, if you are in the first year or two postpartum, if you are breastfeeding, your calorie needs are higher than before you got pregnant. And so snacks can be a great way to help you reach your calorie needs for the day and to increase your vitamins and minerals through different types of things like fruits and vegetables. Snacks can also help keep your blood sugar balanced depending on, again, what you're choosing for snacks. And yeah, they can be very, very extremely useful tools. They can prevent you from getting way too hungry. They can prevent you from going way too long without eating between meals. And something that I did all the time when I was back at a clinical position was I always had a desk full of healthy snacks, because, you know, sometimes I would get my lunch pushed back because of a client call, or I would have an earlier lunch. I was extra hungry that day. I would have an earlier lunch. And then by the time I left, if I didn't have a snack, I would be super, super hungry. Also, my dog is right below my feet snoring. It's so cute. I'm so distracted by him. He's like 10, just a little old man. He's not that little. He's like 50 pounds, but sorry, just distracted by the cuteness right now. Anyway, snacks can be super, super useful, and they are something that I always keep on hand in our diaper bag, not only for my kids, because if anybody else has children that get hangry and they go from like 0 to hangry immediately, those are my children. It is like a running joke, actually. So I grew up, my maiden name is Melnori, and everyone in my family gets extremely hangry. Like they go from 0 to I need to eat, and I'm extremely mad in like 0.2 seconds. And my husband's side, the Millers, like they are not like that at all. And so it's like this running joke, like, oh gosh, they're Melnoris, like they need to eat right now. And so that's how I have always been. If I get hangry, I get extremely frustrated and moody. And both of my children so far definitely have my genetics when it comes to that. Like my husband and I joke all the time that my kids are Melnoris in that way, where when they are hungry, feed them now or life is going to get really crazy. So having snacks in the diaper bag is super clutch, not only for me, but also for the kids. I also keep like trail mix or certain types of granola bars in my car. And this is kind of like a last minute resort of something happens that was not intended in my day, and I need something, because nuts, they're going to stay good for a while. You can keep them in your car. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold, like what the temperature is. So those are kind of my go-to snacks for your car. But I think this is like one of the biggest mistakes that I see moms making is they don't plan ahead for keeping snacks where they need to be kept, but They also don't plan ahead to have balanced snacks, and they don't leverage snacks. They don't look at snacks as, here's an opportunity for me to help reach my protein needs for the day, or this is an opportunity for me to get more fruits and vegetables in. And when you start really shifting your perspective on looking at snacks in that way, it is such a game changer for your overall mental and physical health. And so, like I said, I'm a huge fan of like the nuts for car, diaper bag, that kind of thing, where you don't know what kind of temperature like the snack is going to be in. Now, if you have like trail mix with chocolate, just beware, it's probably going to melt. So you just have to be cautious with some of that stuff. And then obviously you can't like throw yogurts in the diaper bag and just like leave those in the diaper bag, because that would be disgusting. So we have to look at, temperature here. But when you're in an office, let's say if you're working at some sort of job where you're at a desk, keeping certain types of snacks in your desk can be super, super useful. I always had peanut butter. There's always peanut butter at my desk. I usually would bring in apples just because I could bring in a bag of apples and they would last, over a week, and I wouldn't have to worry about them like going bad in my desk. So there are different types of like fruits and vegetables and nuts, things like that you can just leave in your desk. They're delicious and they're not going to go bad. Another go-to snack for me every afternoon pretty much is a smoothie. And there's several reasons why I'm a huge smoothie advocate. So one is my kids love them. So I can make one smoothie. Both my kids will drink it with me and everyone's happy. Like they love it. The other thing I love about smoothies is if you are breastfeeding or if you are pumping or if you are bottle feeding your baby, you can literally put a straw in it and you can drink your smoothie while you are feeding your baby. So it is a great one-handed drink. The other reason that I'm obsessed with smoothies is, first off, you can have a different type of smoothie every single day. So you can like really mix and match and get a wide variety. But the other thing is you can add fruits in there. You can add vegetables in there. You can add healthy fats in there. You can add protein powder or collagen powder in there. Full disclosure, I usually mix the smoothie with all the ingredients first, and then I will pour it for my kids, and then I'll mix in protein powder or collagen. And then I'll have that like remaining part for me. And it's just because our kids, they don't have high protein needs like we do, especially being postpartum or pregnant. And it's just something that works so well. So I'm like a huge smoothie advocate. I have tons of recipes inside the Postpartum Shift program on smoothies, and we're constantly adding more in there just because it is just that one versatile snack that I truly believe every mom should be drinking. They can work. Some moms really like them for breakfast too. You have to be really, really careful if you want to just do a smoothie for breakfast. I see moms out there just following, recipes on Pinterest, and they're doing it for breakfast. And we have to keep in mind when we're going, 8 to 12 hours fasting, and then we're eating our first meal in the morning, if you are not balancing that smoothie appropriately, it can totally throw your blood sugar for a loop, and it can totally spike your blood sugar in the morning and then crash. And it can actually set you up for not feeling so great. So you really need to understand how to build a healthy smoothie in order for it to sustain you, for it to keep you full for a few hours, and for it not to spike your blood sugar. Because if you're just throwing like some fruit and water in, fruit is great for us, but if that's all that's in your smoothie, you're not going to feel sustained. If you've been wanting to reach your healthiest weight and feel like yourself again postpartum without having to sacrifice your favorite foods or your milk supply, I've got a free workshop just for you. Inside of this free workshop, you'll discover how to boost energy, mood, metabolism, and even protect your milk supply. You'll learn common mistakes that moms make that actually cause exhaustion, mood swings, low milk supply, and weight loss resistance to become worse, things that moms don't even realize. And you'll learn the proven 3-step method to heal your hormones and metabolism after baby, so you can go from surviving to thriving postpartum. Plus, as a free gift, you'll get my postpartum snack guide when you come hang out with us. All you have to do is click the link in the show notes to save your seat today. Spots are limited. See you there. Something else that is a really great one that my kids love as well is my kids and I love hummus. We love guacamole, and you can use vegetables. You can dip different veggies in hummus or guacamole. You can do tortilla chips, and there's just so many different options for guacamole and hummus to just keep them versatile. And then something else that's great for breastfeeding moms, especially, but even pregnant moms, are different types of energy bites and balls. And I have some recipes in as well, but you can do a whole wide variety. You can get some oats in there, some nuts, some nut butter, dates, coconut. Like, there's so many different options for making these at home. They're usually pretty easy. They don't have a lot of ingredients. Most of them are no bake, so it doesn't require spending a lot of time in the kitchen, and then you can just keep them in the fridge. I'm also a huge fan of like the RX type of bars, where it's just like nuts and dates and egg whites and then some fruit. There's just a few ingredients. They taste really good. Those are always, in our diaper bag as well. And my kids, huge fans of the nuts and dates bars. So those are just some examples of some of my favorite snacks. So if you join the free workshop, at the end of the workshop, I give away a few guides. So I give away my postpartum snack guide with some of these written out, and then some extra types of snacks that I love. And then there's also these 7 meals in under 7 minutes that you can get. These are just super simple recipes. So when you feel like, I don't know what to make for dinner tonight, or I need to make something pretty quick and easy, these are just really simple go-tos that my family uses. We use at least one of these recipes at least once a week, just because, for the most part, I don't like spending a lot of time in the kitchen. And so when my husband is not home to cook and I have to do more of the cooking, I am basically like, what is under 20 minutes? What is easy? So we shall see how long my dinner is going to take tonight. I am exploring. I'm going to make some stuffed peppers with some ground turkey and different types of vegetables. And I love the peach habanero type of salsas. So I'm going to mix some of that in, cheese, avocado. So we will see how these stuffed peppers turn out. I am not even following a recipe. I'm literally just going to wing it and see how it goes. My husband's going to be like, what are you doing? He's such a rule follower. He's such a recipe follower. He's like, Brooke, when your recipes don't turn out, it's because you don't follow directions well. Or he gets mad at me. Okay, I can't be the only mom who does this. I feel like this is such a mom thing, but I will start cooking in the kitchen, and then I also might have a little ADHD. So, I have not been formally diagnosed. My brother and my dad both have been. And it's so different in women, but I will start cooking in the kitchen, and then I will be like, oh, that needs to be cleaned, or that needs to be, oh, the kids need help with this or whatever. And I get so distracted. I don't know why I have such a hard time focusing in the kitchen. I cannot focus in the kitchen. And so I'll get distracted, and I won't be stirring something as often as it needs to be stirred, or I'll let something cook too short of a time or too long of a time. And my husband gets so mad because when he is in the kitchen, he's so great. He's so focused on cooking and chopping and timing things and paying attention. And it doesn't matter what the kids are doing in the other room. It doesn't matter if things are messy in the kitchen. He can stay so focused. And I don't know. I think that's a skill I really need to work on. But seriously, send me a DM if that's you. If you're like, I struggle in the same way in the kitchen, the moment, I don't know, if there's dirty dishes in the kitchen while I'm cooking, I am the type of person where I want to constantly be cleaning the kitchen while I'm cooking. And I hate doing absolutely nothing drives me more insane than having dinner done, and I have to wash all the dinner dishes, but then also I have to wash all of the dishes from dinner. So I am very much the type of, I would rather wash things as I go and clean the kitchen as I go, so that when dinner's over, there's just less to clean up. But I don't know. I can't, please, somebody please message me. I cannot be the only one who struggles in this aspect of life. All right. That's enough rambling for now. I will let you guys get back to your day. As busy moms, I'm sure we all need to go wipe some little butts. Speaking of, my 1-year-old we came back from Arizona this past weekend. We were traveling for for my business actually. And he got something on that airplane. I don't know, some sort of germs, some sort of virus, but this poor kid has been like feverish for the last 24 hours, just such rough diarrhea, like this poor child. And I'm just like praying that nobody else in our family gets it, because, you know, once one of the kids gets a stomach virus or the vomiting or whatever it is, you know, it just spreads like freaking wildfire throughout the household. So we're just send all your good vibes that he's the only one that has it, that he recovers, and that my husband or I or my oldest doesn't get it, because yeah, we all know as moms how that goes. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and send me a DM on Instagram if you can relate to some of the struggles I shared, because if nobody DMs me, I'll be really sad, and I will also start to question if I'm the only one that is crazy and struggles with some of these things. So, all right, have a good day, mama. I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to the Postpartum Shift podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, it would mean the world to me if you could share this episode with a mom friend and leave a written review. This helps the podcast reach and help even more moms. Come say hi over on Instagram at Nutrition for Mamas.